gave me that way.
Oh, he's the same guy.
He's number 146. Out of 171.
I've been blacked out. I was on 25.
See?
You're not a dropout. You tried going down. That happened.
presentation of colors by our Air Force Junior ROTC cadets. Our colors are being presented by the Pearsall High School Air Force Junior ROTC. The color guard commander and U.S. flag bearer is Cadet First Lieutenant Trinity Rodriguez. Joining her is the Texas flag bearer, Cadet Technical Sergeant Carolina Garcia. The two guards are Cadet Master Sergeant Danielle Villarreal and Cadet Airman First Class Juan Alaquinas. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Ricardo Aguilar, followed by the national anthem played by the Pearsall Maverick Band.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please continue standing as National Honor Society President, Ms. Katie Kaltoff, shares her reflection.
Please join me in prayer at this time. Dear Heavenly Father, I come before you today to thank you for allowing us all to gather to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2018. Lord, I thank you for our 12 years of school leading up to this day, including the good times, bad times, laughter, tears, happiness, and heartache, because it all shaped us into who we are today. Most importantly, thank you for all the teachers, parents, family, and friends who were there to support and encourage us along the way. Lord, as my classmates and I go our separate ways, I ask that you stand by our sides and be a guiding light as we make our way through life. Give us the strength, wisdom, and faith we need to pursue our passions, dreams, and goals. And if we ever feel alone or defeated, remind us that we have you to confide in. As for now, God, allow my classmates to celebrate this accomplishment with family and friends. Help us all to cherish and enjoy these moments before we have to move on to the next chapter. No matter what our future holds, Lord, please bless in each and every one of us by being a lamp to our feet and a light to our path. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Katie. You can be seated now. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the Superintendent of Schools, and the Pearsall High School faculty and staff, we welcome you to the 2018 commencement exercises. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the Pearsall ISD Board of Trustees. President, Ms. Luisa Martinez. Vice President, Mr. Eric Fletcher. Secretary, Ms. Sandra Waldron. And board members, Mrs. Rochelle Camacho, Mr. Lionel Gondara, Mr. Marco Reyes, Mr. Tommy Navarro. And continuing with Pearsall ISD Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Norbert Rodriguez. Guest speaker, Warden Philip J. Cifuentes. Director of Human Resources, Mrs. Sonia Martinez. Curriculum Coordinator, Mrs. Brandy Feldhazen. Director of Special Education, Mr. Jim Angst. Director of Technology, Mr. Jesse Hinojosa. Director of Athletics, Mr. Joseph Rivera. Director of Bands, Mr. Humberto Sanchez. Pearsall High School Assistant Principals, Mrs. Vangela Churchill and Mr. Muyali Ovetti. Pearsall High School Counselors, Ms. Mitzi Rodriguez and Ms. Victoria Arisa. I am Sharon Newman, the principal of Pearsall High School. I would like to invite the Pearsall ISD Board of Trustees Vice President, Mr. Eric Fletcher, to the podium to introduce our guest speaker for the evening, Warden Philip J. Cifuentes.
Thank you, Ms. Newman. Evening, everyone. Graduates, you excited to be here? All right. Once a Maverick, always a Maverick. At this time, it is a great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for the evening. He's a 1988 graduate of Pearsall High School, Warden Philip Cifuentes. Upon graduating, he attended Purdue University, where he earned his degree in criminal justice. He began his career in law enforcement in 1991 at the Frio County Sheriff's Department, where he held the positions of dispatcher, county jailer, and then patrol deputy. In 1995, he was hired by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice at the Dolph Briscoe unit in Dilley. In 2001, he became a lieutenant at the John B. Conley unit in Kennedy, Texas. In 2004, he was promoted to the captain at Conley unit, where he was responsible for general population and some of the most dangerous felons in the state. In 2006, he became the chief of security major at the Cotulla Unit Transfer Facility in LaSalle County. In 2008, he became once again the major as a lateral to the John Darrington Unit in Rose Sharon, where he served until 2011. He was then promoted to assistant warden at the Wayne Scott unit in Angleton, and then reassigned to the Clemens unit in Brazoria County, where he helped oversee the youth offender program for the state of Texas. In 2015, Warden Cifuentes was promoted to the position of Senior Warden 1 at the Walker Cell Substance Abuse Facility in Breckenridge. He served there for 4 months before being promoted to the position to the Complex Warden 1 at the Segovia Lopez Complex in Edinburgh, Texas. He was then reassigned to the Torres Ney Complex in Hondo. Then his current position, where he gained in September 2017, receiving the phone call to promoting him to Senior Warden 2 at the William G. McConnell unit, with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice being the largest Department of Corrections in the entire United States. Warden Cifuentes currently supervises over 2,900 offenders and over 600 employees at the McConnell unit. He is a man of many hats, indeed. But when he hangs up the old warden hat at home, Warden Cifuentes is first and foremost a husband to Diane and a father to his son, Michael Joaquin, who is about to receive or has received his second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, as I was just told earlier. It certainly does take a special set of skills to do what Warden Cifuentes does, but the important thing to remember through his many travels, efforts, and successes is that it all started here in Maverick County. Wearing the same green graduation cap and gown our graduates are now wearing this evening. And so, it is my honor to introduce tonight's keynote speaker and Pearsall Maverick from the class of 1988, and my friend, Warden Philip J. Cifuentes.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, class of 2018. When I got the call from Dr. Rodriguez to speak as your commencement address speaker, I remember feeling two things: honor and privilege. 30 years ago, I sat in the very same seats you guys sitting here tonight. And you got to realize that this is the genesis, the beginning, the next chapter of the rest of your lives. And I know that you all have developed memories coming up through the school system of Pearsall, and for that you should be proud. I don't remember much about my graduation ceremony. I do remember that I had a keynote speaker, and I do remember being fortunate that he was brief. So I'm going to try to reiterate his consistency tonight. I thought about what I wanted to speak about tonight, and it was real easy. Today we live in a challenging world, and you're going to find that out soon. What I hold near and dear to my heart and what's enabled me to achieve success are four core values, and that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. Those four core values consist of integrity, commitment, courage, and perseverance. Integrity. It can easily be defined as what you do when no one is watching. Your integrity will carry you a long way throughout your life. Whenever you have the opportunity to be truthful, to be honest, I implore you to do so. Because once you lose your integrity, it's very, 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 very hard to get it back, if at all. So always strive to be somebody who acts with integrity and is of high moral fiber. Commitment. Whether it be your job, your future, your family, your trade, your school, your dog, your goldfish, Whatever it is that you hold near and dear to your heart, be committed. Whatever you're doing, give it your all. There is no other avenue to success. But ask yourself, as you go through life, are you committed or are you compliant? And there's a difference. The commitment that it takes to be successful is willing to go above and beyond, to persevere, to endure, to not let obstacles, troubles, trials, tribulations stand in your way, but to be focused and tenacious in everything that you do, and you'll find that you'll be successful. Courage. Courage, as defined by Merriam-Webster's, is moving forward in the face of fear, being deathly afraid yet saddling up for the brand anyway and going forward. But tonight I'm not talking about that type of courage. The type of courage I'm talking about tonight is both social and professional courage. And you'll find out exactly what that means as your life develops and extrapolates. Social courage is fairly easy to define. It's doing the right thing when the group around you doesn't want to. It's understanding what is correct, what is right, and what is wrong, and seeing other people make wrong decisions and not letting yourself go down that same path. The professional courage I speak about tonight is what you'll find later on down the line. Once you get your job, once you join the military, once you develop your trade or do whatever it is you choose to do after this point tonight. Professional courage is being able to stand up and do what's right in the face of adversity, in the face of question. When people around you are challenging you, the way you think, the way you operate, the way you communicate, the way you process thoughts, being able to hold near and dear to your integrity and move forward and your courage, and being able to be committed to the ideals and the values that you learned not only from your family, but here at Pearsall. Perseverance. Perseverance is having tenacity, because you're going to have tough times. Life is not fair. And if anyone or no one has told you that, let me tell you that tonight. I wish that I could go back and be 16 or 17 years old again. And I know there's people out in the audience who wish the same. Life is good at that time. But once you jump off into that vast hole they call life, you're going to find out that you'll be challenged from all different angles, from all different directions. And you need to be perseverant. You need to be able to look adversity in the eye. And I use an analogy. In my office, I have a bronze eagle. And I use it every day to get motivated when I go to work, because I don't bake cookies for a living. The eagle, aside from being our national bird, is also the only animal, when confronted with adversity and tumult, has the ability to rise above the storm and continue to press forward. You're going to have those days in your lives when you are faced with crucibles, with quagmires, with challenges, with impasses. You be the eagle, and you rise above, and you continue to press forward. It's very important that you do all of these things, you maintain these core values. Do not let anybody tell you what you cannot do. Ask them what has not been done. I'll end with this. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Congratulations, class of 2018. Hold your heads up high. God bless. And go Mavericks, go Mean Green.
Thank you, Mr. Cifuentes, for your encouraging words to our students. Virginia Thompson was a beloved teacher in Pearsall ISD. In recognition of her years of service, a foundation has been created in her honor. The foundation has granted monetary awards to our Teachers of the Year from each of the 4 campuses. Students and teachers, please stand and remain standing as I call your names. Teacher of the Year, Ms. Jessica Maldonado from Ted Flores Elementary. Mrs. Jeannie Robles, Pearsall Intermediate. Miss Yvonne Graff, Pearsall Junior High. Mrs. Edna Martinez, Pearsall High School. Scholarship recipients, if you would please stand, Matthew Gonzalez, Allison Gully, Brianna Pardo, Deanna Pettis, Edgar Melendez, Manuel Ramos Jr., Sally Taylor, Mercedes Trujillo. Thank you, and please be seated. This is the second year that Pearsall ISD has raised funds for the Mavericks Scholarship Award. The money collected for the scholarships comes from the faculty and staff who donate, as well as through scholarship fundraisers hosted by PISD and PHS. Thank you to all the faculty and staff who contributed, as well as our vendors and other supporters. This year, there are 20 student recipients of the Mavericks Scholarship. Students, please stand and remain standing as I call your names. Ricardo Aguilar. Andrea Camacho. Maylene Carrillo. Christina Gonzalez. Matthew Gonzalez. Katie Kaltoff. Claire Leal. Sarah Martinez. Kennedy Meeks. Carson Neal. Brianna Pardo. April Parsons. Giovanna Ramirez. Narita Ramirez. Manuel Ramos. Angelita Rodriguez. Apollonia Rodriguez. Sally Tejas. Araceli Torres. And Mercedes Trujillo. Students, you may be seated. We are proud to announce that the overall senior class of 2018 has earned approximately $500,000 in scholarships for the 2018-19 academic year. Congratulations to all of you. At this time, with the help of Pearsall High School counselors, Mrs. Mitzi Rodriguez and Mrs. Victoria Arisa, we would like to recognize the top 10% honor graduates, the dual credit honor recipients, Students who earn master's, the highest level of achievement on one or more EOC STAR test, and the Principal's Award for perfect attendance. Ladies?
It is with great pleasure and honor to introduce the 2018 Top 10% Honor Graduate Candidates of Pearsall High School. Each of these students is wearing a gold medal. In order to achieve this accomplishment, the students have attained the top 10% highest weighted averages. Graduating in the top 10% qualifies these students to be admitted to most academic teaching institutions in the state of Texas. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Daniel Navas Vega, valedictorian. Carlene Villarreal, salutatorian. April Parsons. Katie Kaltoff. Allison Gully. Carson Neal. Araceli Torres. Mark Hernandez. Ricardo Aguilar. Allison Guerra. Rebecca Gonzalez. Laureen Nieto. Kennedy Meeks. Manuel Ramos Jr. Raul Tejas. Marina Cuevas. Christina Gonzalez. And Tiana Lane. Congratulations, students. Please be seated. Dual credit honor recipients. This award is for students that are graduating with 18 or more college hours and transferable college credits from Southwest Texas Junior College or Coastal Bend College. These students are wearing a double red and blue cord, and the Coastal Bend College students are also wearing a teal cord with a navy tassel. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Ricardo Aguilar, 27 college hours. Daniel Carbajal, 18 college hours. Allison Guerra, 21 college hours. Allison Gully, 27 college hours. Mark Hernandez, 33 college hours. Katie Kaltoff, 36 college hours. Tiana Lane, 21 college hours. Kennedy Meeks, 33 college hours. Edgar Melendez, 24 college hours. Daniel Navas Vega, 48 college hours. Laureen Nieto, 27 college hours. April Parsons, 30 college hours. Manuel Ramos Jr., 30 college hours. Joshua Richardson, 28 college hours. Daniel Salais, 28 college hours. Juan Salazar, 28 college hours. Araceli Torres, 21 college hours. And Carlene Villarreal, 36 college hours. Congratulations, students. Please be seated.
STAR EOC Master's Grade Level. STAR end-of-course examinations are just one component of a Texas high school diploma. The following seniors have earned the highest distinction of Master's Grade Level on one of more STAR end-of-course examinations. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Manuel Azocar. Daniel Carvajal. Isaiah Chavira. William Cook. Mario Cordova. Roman Dueñez. Damian Elizondo. Giselle Gonzalez. Geraldo Gonzalez. Allison Guerra. Allison Gully. Mark Hernandez. Steven Hernandez. Katie Kaltoff. Tiana Lane. Alexis Martinez. Daniel Naves Vega. Carson Neal. April Parsons mastered all 5 exams. Jesus Zambrano. Anthony San Miguel. Sebastian Trevino. And Carlene Villarreal. Congratulations, students. Please be seated. Next, we will have our Principal's Award for Perfect Attendance. We would like to take this time to recognize the student who has not only had perfect attendance for the entire school year, she has maintained a perfect attendance for the past 13 years of her public school career. She was also chosen as our 2018 Maverick of the Year. I would like Miss April Parsons to come up to the stage to be recognized.
Oh my gosh, you exposed me.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations, April.
Thank you.
And now, our salutatorian, Ms. Carlene Villarreal, will give her salutatory address.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank all of you for being here to witness this milestone that is being accomplished by the Pearsall High School class of 2018. It is a great honor to be standing here before you all to deliver this year's salutatorian speech. I would like to start off by thanking God for allowing me to be here, graduating, and speaking. I've been dealing with a lot of behind-the-scenes struggles, and I'm grateful to him for giving this opportunity to me. A huge thank you goes out to my wonderful parents, Adelina and Carlos Villarreal, for always being my backbone when I felt like giving up or slowing down. Both of you were always there to make sure I was on the track to where I am today. I love you both so much and will always be grateful for everything you two did to make me the woman I have become. I would like to give a very special thank you to someone who will always hold the key to my heart, Miss Evelyn Villarreal. Thank you, Sissy, for always being my little cheerleader and being my motivation to always keep pushing. You're a huge aspect in my success story. When we went through what could be one of the hardest events we will ever have to experience, you were the one person who knew exactly how I was feeling. Being my younger sister, I should have been your strength, and although I hope I was, I want you to know that you were mine. I love you, and you will always be my motivation to be the best role model that there is for you. I would like to extend my list of thank yous to include Michael Villarreal. Thank you for everything you do for my family. Since you have come into our lives, you have contributed to my success, and I just want you to know that it is all greatly appreciated. You've been a huge part in allowing me to blossom into a confident, educated young woman. To Nani, or Helen Valdez, I love you so much, and I will always be grateful for your continuous support. Also, to Brandon Rodriguez, thank you for being my go-to person since freshman year. You have most definitely seen all of the ups and downs I've experienced in the last 3 years. Thank you so much for never faltering in your support and words of encouragement. Now, to my fellow graduates, I would like to thank you all for the great years we shared in high school. Most of you took me in with open arms, and I'll always be appreciative of that. I'm sure we all remember starting pre-K or kinder and thinking about how long it would take until today. Looking back, it feels like I've just blinked, and we fast forwarded to our final ceremony with the Pearsall Independent School District. From the time we started our first years of school, it was always because of you, parents, grandparents, and respective family members. You were the ones to dress us the first day of school every year. You were the ones to make sure we arrived to class on time and took that very memorable first day of school picture. And if you're anything like my mom, you wanted that picture at the start of every single grade level. It has all led up to the last photo for senior year. If it wasn't for you all, the class of 2018 would not be here, sitting down, waiting eagerly to start the next chapter and endure on our future endeavors. So on behalf of all of them and myself, thank you. For the majority of our lives so far, we have seen each other almost every day at school. However, after today, we will no longer have that comfort of being surrounded by the same people day after day. Some of us will embark on a military career, some will go into the workforce, while others will pursue a technical career or move on to secondary education. The world is grand, and it's full of great opportunities that will be fulfilled by us alone. This is the last time we will all be in attendance. As Hugh White once said, the past cannot be changed, the future is yet in your power. With this thought, the time to say goodbye is upon us. It is our time to end this chapter and begin a new one. Just knowing that the routine we have become accustomed to for what seemed to have been hundreds of years will now be broken, it may be scary to most of us. However, I believe we should all keep in mind that the future is ours, and we will withhold the power to make it what we want. With that being said, it's our turn to explore, learn, and make a change in the world. We will all turn the page and start a new chapter of our lives tomorrow morning. So without further ado, good luck and congratulations, classmates. We did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlene. And now our valedictorian, Mr. Daniel Navas Vega, will give his valedictorian address.
Hi. Welcome, class of 2018, and everyone who came. Thank you. It is a great honor to stand here before you tonight. Y'all have no idea of how crazy it is for me to stand here and deliver a valedictorian speech. I almost failed the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth grade. And I still struggle to understand how I got from being a fat nuisance to being the stuck-up nerd you see today. But anyway, first and foremost, before I start, I'd like to thank Pearsall High School's administration and staff for being the most awesome, loving people ever. Also, I'd like to thank my amazing family, some of which trust half a continent and, in fact, is sitting right there on the bleachers. Welcome to this great community that has helped me achieve many great things. One of my favorite memories is that I got to be a part of one of the best spelling teams in the state. And for that, shout out to Araceli, Ricardo, Mercedes, and Miss Rodriguez. Oh, and Leah. um, they are the best study group and the best coach I could ever ask for. Also, this place has gifted me with a rare, precious treasure, a best friend, and for that, I give a shout out to the He Who Lived. I love you, Roger. Also, I give a huge thank you to Miss Graciela Medina, for she was my first teacher here, and she was sweet enough to kick me out of her class repeatedly until I got placed with another teacher. The reality is that she just wanted me put in a better class, and that initial push was all it took for me to find my way here to this stage. Thank you for being the first person to see the light within me. ¿Y qué tal? Les doy muchísimas gracias a todos a los que vinieron y a todos esos que no pudieron venir. Los amo a todos y aprecio con el corazón todo el apoyo y motivación que me han dado tan incondicionalmente. Eso va para todos, mi mamá, el pelón, mi tía, mi otro tío, everyone. Uh, También para mis amigos, Ivy, Stephanie, Milena, todos, y especialmente para mi mejor amiga, María René. Créanme que sin ustedes me hubiera regresado a El Salvador un mesecito después de venirme. So, now let's begin. Finally, right? We reached the end of a long, tedious journey. We got 3 years of high school, and now, at last, you just have to get through the next 5 minutes listening to me give a speech about how high school is an amazing experience that I wouldn't change for anything. Perhaps I should say that I had the best 2 years of my life, and that if I could stay, I would. But instead of that, how about I say the truth? Going through high school somewhat compares to learning how to paint. At the start, we are given a set of tools and a clear outline on which to paint. Most often, the process was boring, encompassing nothing but mindless memorization and instruction following. It was hard and sometimes so frustrating, I wish I could just drop out and go live on a nice beach in my country as a hippie. But canvas by canvas, project by project, we slowly improved and matured as we went from being naive freshmen to rowdy seniors. And as we progressed, we started working on bigger canvases, more intricate, alluring works, each shaped uniquely by our passions and fears. Today, ultimately, we are given our final assignment. We lose the clear outline, but we get to paint whatever we want. Now, after being held captive by a linear path, we finally get to roam free. There are endless possibilities, and the quality of our work will be solely dependent on the effort and time we put in it. Think for a second, what do you want your masterpiece to look like? And while you do that, just consider that you only get one chance. Unfortunately, it is common for people to just fill in the blank space with whatever comfort they can find. And the problem behind this failure, opposite to popular belief, is not a matter of race or mere apathy. An issue arises only when society as a whole chooses ignorance over education, isolation over unity, and despair over integrity. Thus, it is only with knowledge, wisdom, compassion, and humanity that we shall find our ways out of the comfortable talents of ignorance and hate. In modern days, we are bombarded with stories that depict immigrant and the poor as society's biggest problems. But those who say this don't tell you that, for some people, poverty is not a choice. It is crucial for us to realize then, while life is to be spent individually, it is to be honored, cherished, and loved universally. For now, let us celebrate the end of a journey and the beginning of a far more exciting one that will be filled with joy as well as with sorrow. I wish you all the best, for at last we have done it. Thus, I stand here with elation and pride, and I deliver my heart and soul in valediction, and I tell you, be strong and courageous, and do not wait to follow your dreams. Now it is the time to follow your path, for tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. Thank you. Okay, that did it.
Thank you, Daniel. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Rodriguez, parents, honored guests, faculty, and staff of Pearsall Independent School District. It is with humble pride and great honor that I have this opportunity to speak to the 2018 graduating class. On tonight, the class of 2018 will receive diplomas that represent their hard work, commitment, dedication, and achievement. The important night marks a turning point in the life of each of these young people. Certainly, the class of 2018 will be greatly missed, and most of us here tonight can testify to their incredible achievements in academics, athletics, and the arts. If these were the only memories we had of this class, it would be enough to place them as one of the finest groups of students to complete their education at Pearsall High School. This group of 172 students is so much more than a grade point average. Inspiring performances in one-act play, band, championships in football, softball, numerous playoffs and regional qualifiers, state contenders in UIL, and FFA. This class is unique, not because of what they accomplished, but how they accomplished success. The class took care of each other. In an era where it has become easy for young people to focus on their individual needs and wants, the class of 2018 chose to leave no one behind. The cohesiveness, camaraderie, and caring that this class has demonstrated is something for which they will long be remembered. Seniors, as we prepare to celebrate this turning point, I believe it is appropriate to share one last observation and hopefully a bit of wisdom. And the class of 2018, hear me and hear me well. Until now, your education has been meticulously planned for you, usually in discrete packets. You generally knew what was going to be taught and how you would be assessed so that you could prove every skill and concept learned. So thank you, teachers and parents, for supporting these students and their goal for education. The funny thing about real life is that there are no longer daily objectives written on the board to guide you. Learning becomes more difficult to quantify. The most real-life tests are unannounced, especially tests involving your character, ethics, and empathy for others. By the way, these tests may well continue for the remainder of your life. You will learn that education will change forms. The most important lessons you learn may well occur at 2 a.m. in a dorm room or in a public restaurant in the middle of the day rather than your first period class. Lessons will be disguised as opinions, sometimes for people who you aren't particularly interested in listening to. Listen especially carefully to those unscripted and unsolicited questions. They may well help develop you and define your belief system. As a side note, remember when you thought your parents didn't know a lot? Watch how incredibly smart they become over the next decade. For the most part of the intellectual leap will not be from attending academic classes. It turns out that parents are pretty skilled on navigating through real life lessons. So continue to listen to your parents and keep those communication lines open. They have learned from their mistakes and will save you from repeating the same. They will not charge you for their expertise, and most of the time, you may even get a free meal out of it. Class of 2018, here's a final thought for you. It's one that I shared with my son when he graduated from high school and seems to have served him well. Set your goals high. Strive to develop your skills and potential. However, be careful in how you measure your success. If you choose to be the best in the world, remember the title is fleeting and usually placed on you temporarily by others. Your success will be judged by those whom you compete. Being the best in the world does not necessarily guarantee that you will develop all of your skills. It might simply mean that you've outshone others in a rather limited area and time frame. Therefore, measure your success based on your own potential. Here's a challenge for you. Rather than being the best in the world, strive to be the best for the world. By being the best for the world, you will constantly be challenged to independently develop your unique talent, and only you will be able to judge the success of your life. By matching your unique skills to the challenges of the changing world, you will more likely live life to the fullest, and in so doing so, help others to achieve their goals. If you choose to be the best for the world will become your teacher, and your growth won't be based on speed, competition, or trends. Your growth will be challenging, meaningful, fulfilling, and most importantly, lifelong. By striving to be the best for the world, you are guaranteed that the gifts you have now will be fully realized, and that will be the legacy of which we will all be proud to say, once a Maverick,
Always a Maverick.
once a Maverick,
Always a Maverick.
once a Maverick,
Always a Maverick.
Mavericks for life. Dr. Norbert Rodriguez, Superintendent of Schools, who will now certify the class of 2018.
Good job, Ms. Newman. Good job. Nice work. Proud of you. Proud of you.
Good evening. Will the 172 graduating Maverick class of 2018 please rise? Members of the Board of Trustees, Mrs. Sharon Newman, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the Pearsall High School graduating class of 2018. Each member of this class has completed all of the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Pearsall Independent School District. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez. We will now proceed with the proclamation of our graduate candidates by the Pearsall Independent School District Board of Trustees, as the names are read by Mrs. Mitzi Rodriguez and Mrs. Victoria Arisa. Ms. Rodriguez, Ms. Arisa. No, not yet.
First row, come forward. Daniel Navas Vega. Carlene Helen Villarreal. April Lynn Parsons. Katie Lynn Kaltoff. Allison Gully. Carson Neal. Araceli Torres. Mark Anthony Hernandez. Ricardo Francisco Aguilar. Allison Marie Guetta. Rebecca Gonzalez. Lorene Nicole Nieto. Kennedy Reese Meeks. Manuel Ramos Jr. Raul R.J. Diaz. Marina Garza Cuevas. Cristina Alicia Gonzalez. Tiana Lee Lane.
Because this will be the next row. This is the one I tell her.
Brittany Lisette Acosta.
Victoria. Victoria.
Abel Hernandez Aguilar. Eric King Aguilar. Adrian Ansua. Trey Anthony Arias. Angelica Arisa. Manuel Manny Azocar. Jacqueline Bonda. Delia Maria Benavides. Andrea ABC Camacho. Ashley Nicole Cantu. Ashley Nicole Q Cantu. Daniel Miguel Carbajal. James David Carrasco. Maylene Carrillo. Eliseo Chavera. Isaiah Chavita. William Newton Cook. Mario Andrew Cordova. Elijah Eli Cubriel. Oscar Cubriel. Lauren Teresa De Leon. Alyssa Miranda Delgado. Norma Linda Rendon Delgado. Roman Dueñez. Adrian John Elizondo. Brittany Georgette Elizondo. Damian Elizondo. Damian Leal Elizondo. George Elizondo III. Haley Alize Elizondo. Ileana Jolene Elizondo. Jesse J. Rodriguez Elizondo. Tristan Reese Elizondo. Greta Epperson. Dustin Anthony Galindo. Jose Luis Gallegos. Cassandra Ashley Mendez Galvan. Alfred Gandara. Christiana Gandara. Nathaniel James Gandara. Angel Anthony Garcia. Brandy Rachel Garcia. Brianna Garcia. Christine Skylar Garcia. Ray Alexander Garcia. Sarah Elizabeth Garcia. Tessa Marie Garcia. Yasmin Garcia. Lorena Marie Rodriguez Garcia. Garza. Melanie Garza. Jasmine Dominique Godoy.
Congratulations. I love your hat.
Giselle Jaylin Gonzalez. Matthew Jose Gonzalez.
All right, I need a patent on that hat.
Geraldo Gonzalez. Fernando Hernandez. Rosa Lizbeth Hernandez. Jonathan Hernandez.
Love you.
Sylvester Julian Hernandez.
Congratulations, nice shoes.
My apologies. Steven Hernandez. Trina Janice Hernandez. Alexis Irajete. Alicia Nicole Hasso. Emilio Tiberius Jimenez. Adolfo Leal. Adriana Leal. Claire Leal.
Missy, have them come all the way to the front so I can see who's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Stephanie Len Leal. Trinidad Leal. Jennifer Leon Romo. Christopher Lofton. Cassidy Cheyenne Longoria. Amanda Lopez. Lauren Ray Maldonado. Robert Maldonado Jr. Jesus Olivares Manzanares. Michael Antonio Manzanares. Alexis Jacqueline Martinez. Martinez. Christian Anthony Martinez. Jaylissa Martinez. Javier Martinez. John Gabriel Martinez. Manuel Martinez. Raven Ramona Martinez. Raul Martinez. Sarah Jacqueline Martinez. Kimberly Juarez. Edgar Daniel Melendez. Daniel Morales. Christopher Thomas Moreno. Monica Moreno. Serena Leticia Munoz. Isaac Maynes Navarro. Evan Luke Nieto. Fernando Fern Olivares Rodriguez. Brianna Morgan Prado. Faith Lynn Pollock. Luis Giovanni Pedrosa. Richard Peña. David Scott T. Perez. Carboy. Giovanna Ramirez. Leon Trevino Ramirez. Narita Lynn Ramirez. Nicolas Christopher Ramirez. Christopher Julian Ramon. Tiffany Miranda Ramon. Brianna Ramos. Desiree Joy Ramos. Roy Ramos. Hope Randon. Mia Reyes. Destiny Danielle Reina. Joshua Richardson. Hector G. Riojas. Kaylin Rios. Angelita Angel Rodriguez. Anissa Renee Rodriguez. Apollonia Tatiana Rodriguez. Armando Antonio Rodriguez. Gabriel Angel Rodriguez. Jose Antonio Rodriguez Jr. Juan Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Ryan Rodriguez. Estefania Rojas Anaya.
I'm ready to go.
Rosabella Rodriguez. Daniel Salais. Juan Salazar. Armando Zambrano Martinez. Jesus Zambrano III. Shelby Sandate. Marisol Sandifer. Salissa Sandoval. Anthony San Miguel. Alyssa Tellez. Diego Ulysses Tellez. Sally Marie Tellez. Manuel Sebastian Tijerina. Austin Tollett. Tommy Torres. Vicente Torres Jr. Gerald Trevino. Jasmine J. Trevino. Sebastian Trevino. Mercedes Elizabeth Trujillo. Ruby Vasquez. Lisette Velasquez. Now, Mr. Jesse Elizondo, class of 2018 president, will come forward and preside over the turning of the tassels to confirm our candidates as graduates.
Okay. Seniors, will you please stand? As a symbol of the transition into the next chapter of our lives, please move your tassel from the right side to the left side. Shout out to my boy D, my boy Grizzly, Nano and not the cat. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Pearsall High School graduating class of 2018.
Senior band members, please join the band for the school song. The lyrics to the song are in your programs. We ask parents and guests to please stay in the stands until the song is over and senior band members have returned to their seats for the recessional. Thank you all once again for being with us tonight for this very special occasion. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2018.
I give up. It's like I really would just want to yank it off and throw it on the ground. We were praying that this doesn't fall. Yeah, you're right.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Senior band members, if you would please return to your seat. Nobody's listening.
Just let them go. They're already all over the field.
Thank you once again for tonight. Way to go, seniors. Very proud of you.
Good job, Jen. Good job.